these two descriptions right here, there's no difference on the opinion because as I'm reading the book of Jasher, I think in Genesis 19 they were talking about Lot and his two daughters, but I'm on the part to where Sodom and Gomorrah, that's a whole different topic too. These places don't even fucking exist. Not only just that, these people don't exist either, but they are examples of what people are doing as far as committing the action. As I'm reading Lot and his two daughters, that whole incestuous, what do I call it? This incestuous, where's the word? Logic is functional to a mind that's seeking control. And Lot did this in a closed, traumatized system because they were isolated after a disastrous event upon their city. And this is where the attachment of his two daughters replaced an ethical or a moral perspective in their reality. Because the Bible is promoting post traumatic cognitive distortion, learned moral dysfunction, and trauma bonding and familial role confusion. These beings want you to sell your morals. I'm thinking to myself, you made your two daughters get you drunk off of wine. First of all, where they get the wine from? If Sodom and Gomorrah is rained down from a dysfunctional title that can't heal its own chaos, where did you get this wine from? Knowing just that, if you're in a cave, how did you get the money to go down from the cave to a city to get the wine to go back up to the cave? As a father, you let your two daughters leave after what you've seen in your city. You let them go get wine. You're celebrating after what you just went through. What is there to celebrate? What is there to drink to? You're just that bored. It's so many questions because there's no way your two daughters made you get drunk off of wine. You wanted to do that nasty shit. And that's the problem right there. If you see society now, people sympathize and they enable this behavior. People love trauma-born delusion because they're so desperate and they live in a perception that's distorted in their reality. Because many people, their nervous system is in survival mode at this moment because their prefrontal cortex, the one that's governing logic and ethics and morals, it has to stay offline because people are stuck in a fight, flight, or fix mentality. And this fixed perception of that mentality is the extinction or the extinction and extinction of humanity going through a means that's irrational to themselves. People are so born in what they are grown by to where when they're reading about it, they think it's normal. There's somebody in this world who thinks as if having a threesome with your daughters is normal or that's playa or that's being a pimp. That's why people are sitting here thinking as if being a pimp is cool. But it's like all you're doing is crying out loud for what the system is doing to you constantly.